Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. And today we're going to use Sterling Blue, which was inspired I believe by Polo Blue, which is a very nice scent, and we have the aftershave as well. Really nice scent on this. Scent strength about a 7, I'd say. And again, the scent is inspired by Polo Blue, which is a nice cologne type scent. We're going to use our Sterling Kong. And the door is open back there today because Leroy can't decide whether he wants to come in or out, so he keeps jumping against the door. So I'll just leave it open and he can come in and out as he pleases. I hope it's not too distracting. It's early, it's before 5 a.m. on Saturday morning. So I had another night where I didn't sleep well, so if you're tossing around in the bed, you might as well get up. Normally I wouldn't get up before 5 a.m. on a Saturday, but here we are. And we'll go ahead and get our shave in. By the way, there's a look at the puck. And looks like we've got a nice load here. So let's get some of that extra stuff off of there and we will get going. Stay tuned. By the way, on prices, I really don't ever have to mention the price on Sterling products because they are always among the best, sometimes the best. So you can rest assured you are not paying too much for these soaps and aftershaves. Very, very nice stuff. And again, the performance, in my view these days, is nearly unmatched. And there are many soaps that charge twice and nearly 3 times as much and don't perform as well. So Sterling is really outstanding, and if you haven't tried Sterling over the last, say, year and a half-ish, if it's been longer than that, things have changed, so you might want to give it another look. Alright, today we're going to use an old vintage Gillette black handle. This is from, I think, 1971, and it feels great. It's a nice mild shaver. And boy, I gotta tell you, just gliding along beautifully in this Sterling soap, which is, of course, exactly what we want. Outstanding. Not a thing wrong with that. Yeah. The more I buy Sterling, the more I enjoy it. And this particular scent of Sterling is no exception. It's very, very nice. I had never used the Polo Blue cologne, so I don't know a great deal about it, but this does smell nice, I can tell you that. Alright, so just like that, we have a fantastic first pass. Stay tuned for pass 2. Alright, so here we go, pass 2. And pass 1 was fantastic as expected. No surprises there. Just as good as I expected it to be. I gotta tell you, yesterday I received a really nice gift from a fellow from Razor and Brush. His name is Mr. Fife, like Barney Fife. We had talked, and I come to find out he was, or he is, an Air Force pilot. So I asked him, had he trained or done training at Laughlin Air Force Base, is where pilots go for training. And of course he said yes, and we got to talking about Laughlin and Del Rio. It's out in the middle of the desert on the border of Mexico. Anyway, there was an old fellow there named Julio that made tortilla chips. At the time, in small numbers, he actually sold them in 2.5 and 5 gallon buckets. And you'd go to his little shop, and they were homemade, and they had the most wonderful seasoning on them, and the consistency of them were just, I don't know, different from any tortilla chips I ever had in my life. and they were like crack. I mean, you couldn't put them down. So anyway, nowadays, they actually sell them in the H-E-B stores and other stores in Texas. They did not at the time. It was just a really small little shop in town. But now they've expanded and they're in stores. So if you're in Texas, and I don't know how widespread it is, or how many stores carry them, how many H-E-Bs are even in Texas. But if you see Julio's chips and if you've never tried them, try them. You will not be disappointed, and the salsa is outstanding too. Thank you, Mr. Fife, for the wonderful gift. It very much reminds me of Laughlin and Del Rio. Good times. All right, there was an excellent second pass. We'll come back for pass 3. Excellent first 2 passes, which is, again, the expectation. You shouldn't expect to struggle with your shaves. If you are, let's put it this way. If you have gear that you're worried about, like, I don't know if I'm going to get a great shave today, either you need to use it more often to develop some competency with it, or switch, But I will say, sometimes razors, particularly hardware, take time to adjust to. So I encourage you not to make your judgments about razors based on 4 or 5 uses, unless, now if you get a razor and it's just too aggressive for you, it's just too much. You can pretty much tell early on, but otherwise, give it a shot. Sometimes the shaves don't go great immediately, and it might take you 30 or even 60 shaves. Give it a couple of months, and if at the end of that time it doesn't work for you, then maybe switch it out. But it does take a little time to get used to it. Once you do get used to it, you should expect to get up in the morning and nail that shave every single time, And if you're not, you probably need to adjust something, whether it be your technique or maybe the equipment isn't right for you. But the expectation should be nice, smooth, comfortable shave every single day, consistently, day in, day out. If you're all over the place and you're getting great shave one day and a terrible shave the next, something isn't right. Something is off. It's either you or the gear. And you have to find out what needs to be adjusted. And sometimes it requires using the same razor and type of blade and soap over and over until you figure it out. So, all right. We have gotten an excellent shave as usual. Let me rinse the face. We'll come back to the post. Stay tuned. One more thing I wanted to make note of while we're getting our magic made by Thayer's witch hazel is Queen Charlotte soaps. If you are a fan of Queen Charlotte soaps, I received an email because I've bought from them before that they are going out of business. So if you want something from Queen Charlotte soaps, now is the time. There's a sale over there. I was never a big fan of Queen Charlotte soaps. I'm sure they're nice people, but I found them to be a little high for what they are. The scents were a little weak. I tried probably 3 or 4 of them, and it just didn't lay any hooks into me whatsoever. It was just, good quality soap. I didn't think it was great, but they are going out of business. Now, don't worry, the sky is not falling. Every time an artisan decides to go out of business, everybody's like, oh, there's too many. Believe me, more artisans will be coming. And they didn't say why they were going out of business, but they do have other jobs. And this is what a lot of folks don't understand, is a lot of these artisans do this as a side gig. And after a while, you have no free time if you're always making soaps and shipping and all, using all your free time. And a lot of people just don't want to do that. They don't want to dedicate every moment of their spare time to working on something else. So anyway, let's review the equipment real quick before we use the aftershave. Stirling Kong, still hitting the mark. Wonderful. Inexpensive synthetic brush. Our 1971 black handled Super Speed was outstanding. And of course, once again, Stirling Blue, excellent, nice scent, great performance, great price, love it. And today we're going to use Stirling Blue Aftershave. I haven't used this one. I just had noticed when I went to grab Stirling Blue last week to use it, I didn't have the aftershave, so I went over to Stirling and bought it and a couple of other things. And it's a nice scent. I like it. Smells great. And I didn't have to spend an arm and a leg to get it. You know, it's somewhere between, I think they're usually between $12 and $14 for the aftershave. Again, you can add menthol to them if you want to. And they hang around a good long time. This is Stirling Blue, inspired by Polo Blue. All right, folks, once again, we've gotten a fantastic shave. I hope you folks have a wonderful Saturday, excuse me. Stay safe, and until next time, let's make America shave again.